Billy James, thanks for joining us on the...
Oh, you can stay. This is good.
Billy James, thanks for joining us on the Player Diary here at Farnborough Airport. Everyone wants to play at home, but Billy, is there palpable excitement in the lads to get over to Ireland for this game as well?
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, it's a massive game for us. It creates a lot of excitement within the boys that we're going to a place like the Aviva and with a massive challenge ahead of us, and it's one that we look forward to.
23 players together, go and do a job, that sort of thing?
Yeah, I think, we talked today about having guys linked together in everything we do, and I think an opportunity to go to Ireland to play with your teammates into a hostile environment against a world-class team. These are what adventures are made of, and if you get the win, then these are what dreams are made of.
What are these flights like? What do people tend to do on them?
It's quite quiet now. Everyone just seems to stick to themselves. I tend to have a little snooze.
Standard. It's actually nice to see you awake at this stage, because Billy Bin is asleep 99% of the time. Him and his brother very rarely get up. That's why he speaks so slowly, because he's always about to slump into a sleep. He knows as well. That's why he's so big, because he's always sleeping and growing.
Two big lads, you won't be sitting next to each other presumably. Who's your go-to guy to sit next to on these kind of flights, James? I
try my best to get 2 seats. It's quite a selfish manoeuvre, but I find if I put my bag down... To be fair, Billy takes up 2 seats, so
Tell me a bit about Billy Vunipola then. You know him from the days in Wasp beforehand. Tell me a bit about the man next to you.
Yeah, I mean, I came across Billy when I was playing for the Highlanders. I remember watching Wasp play, and I saw this huge kid playing, like running through people, offloading, and I was like, who is that? And obviously they told me it's Vunipola, and he was only about 12 years old, and he was playing sort of full flight rugby, and then obviously the picture built that he was a star at Harrow, and he was a star in the making. And look, I'm only gutted that I don't get a chance to play with him more often. He's a huge specimen man, but a very humble guy. Very rarely doing anything but sleeping, eating, and or laughing at my jokes. And when you laugh at jokes, you hear this all the time. Look at him.
He's a cheap laugh.
So for me, he's a great guy to play with, and I've been very privileged to get the last 2 games to play with him, and I think we work quite well together.
What was James like when you were coming through at Wasps? What was he like as a man around the club?
Yeah, he was great. It was great for the young boys. Set a great example. I think someone said in the papers, I think he was the defensive coach that, with all the media and all this social stuff that he does, people forget that behind it he does work really hard. And that's one thing I took on board, is that you have to have a life outside of rugby, and even though I do sleep a lot, I tend to, the bit that needs to be done, like working hard, I try and do that, and you get that from the best players, and Haskell was a great example that way, not only doing the talk but also walking the walk.
You've been to Ireland before, Billy, with the 20s or the 18s or anything?
I don't actually remember, to be honest.
He was probably asleep.
You're a veteran of these kind of games. Well, happy with that as being a veteran nowadays, but tell him what it's going to be like, you think?
Yeah, I mean, I'll take the veteran tag. I'm only 29. I know what you think. I've got a good moisturisation protocol going. And Billy looks way older than me, even though he sleeps all the time, so a bit of a weird one. I think that these trips are, like going to the Millennium Stadium and going to the Viva. Your career, if you get the opportunity in international rugby, is full of these afternoons where they can be the best afternoons in your career, or they can also be the most difficult. And it's always that mixture of excitement and a little bit of fear. And I think the fear is a good thing, because you have to be on the money to perform. And he's played on the big stage. He knows what it's about. He'll be absolutely fine as long as we can wake him up for the kickoff.